Whew, so okay, that was crazy. That was really nuts.
What's up everybody, I'm Seth Fowler and thank you all so much for tuning in to this episode of the $20 Sneaker Collection. It's actually episode 30. We're moving things right along, and in today's episode we start things off with a sneaker collection fund of $60.15. After weeks of waiting, we've actually got a package in that I'm really excited about, but before we dive into this package, let's first take a look at some of our sneaker sales for the last week. So the first sale that we had were the Clot Nike Air Max 1s. Now this was a pair of shoes that I had listed on eBay for weeks and it just wasn't seeming to move, so instead what I decided to do was sell it on one of my Whatnot streams. Now I've had in the past some backlash because people were like, oh, you can't sell your sneakers on Whatnot, you're gonna make way more money just because of who you are. And while that may have been the case initially when I first got on Whatnot, now most of the shoes that I sell on Whatnot tend to sell for either exactly what they're going for or in some cases significantly less, and this is one of those cases. So we grabbed this pair of shoes from 2nd Street for $89 and we ended up selling it on Whatnot for $69. Now that's obviously not to say that Whatnot is a bad place to sell your stuff. I think this shoe just wasn't that wanted by a lot of people, and I really think it was just a bad purchasing decision on my point. I probably should just never have bought the shoes in the first place, but it is what it is. At least we sold them, at least we were able to add money to our sneaker collection fund, and speaking of that, we were able to add $62.10, which means we had a loss of $26.90. Which sucks. It totally sucks. It's just like, I would have been better off not buying those shoes. But the good news is we did end up selling another pair of sneakers, and that was the Adidas ZX 8000 Fall of the Wall. So we bought that shoe from Plato's Closet for $40 and we ended up selling it on eBay for $87. Now I originally had it listed for like $200 and then slowly over the last few weeks I dropped the price down until we finally hit like $80 or $90. I took the highest offer and we ended up selling it for $87, which is not ideal, but it's one of those shoes, it's a very acquired taste. People have to know what it is and then want to buy it in size 13 in that condition. So not an easy shoe to sell, but the good news is that we did end up selling it. Oh, I got something in my eye. So we sold it for $87 and we were able to add $80.40 back into the sneaker collection fund, which means we have a profit of $40.40, which essentially almost exactly doubles our money, which is always a good thing. So after both of those sales, we have a new sneaker collection fund of $202.65, which is pretty solid. And moving forward, and you guys will understand more why I'm doing this after I unbox this pair of sneakers, but moving forward, my main goal is to just pile up money because we really only need like 1 or maybe 2 pairs of sneakers on the clock. You guys will find that out in a second. And the only way to really get that last pair of sneakers is to just have a boatload of cash so we can go to a store and buy it. So buying a bunch of sneakers and reselling a bunch of sneakers. It's really a quantity game at this point. So yeah, it's gonna be a fun episode. But first, I want to give a huge thank you to Factor for supporting the channel. I don't know about you, but sometimes I find myself being so busy throughout the day, I don't even have time to make my own food. And I know that sounds crazy, but with a full-time job and spending time with family and obligations that keep piling on top of one another, it's really hard to find time to make healthy food. But that's where Factor comes in. I've used Factor for the last couple weeks now, I'm really enjoying it, and what Factor allows you to do is skip the trip to the grocery store, skip the food prep, skip the cleaning, and still be able to eat a really great, tasty, healthy meal. And Factor's fresh, never frozen meals can be ready to eat within just 2 minutes if you cook them in the microwave, or you can cook them in the oven for just 7 minutes. So I mean, really, all you have to do is heat up your food and enjoy. It's crazy how convenient it is. Not only that, but with over 34 chef-prepared, dietitian-approved food options, you always have something new to try. You can also round off your meal by adding on one of the 45 plus add-ons like the breakfast food, egg bites, or even smoothies, which are my personal favorite. I really love the mango, but the strawberry banana is also great. So is the tropical. I love them all. They're delicious. And I'm a little ashamed to admit it, but up until I started using Factor, I ordered takeout a lot. And the best part about Factor is that not only am I getting healthy food options, but it's also cheaper than takeout. And in most cases, it's faster and it tastes better. And for me personally, Factor has been a lifesaver because between 3 YouTube channels and a sock business, I really don't have time to make healthy lunches. In fact, some days I just go without a lunch. So Factor allows me to grab something out of the fridge, bring it with me to work, throw it in the microwave, throw it in the oven, and I'm good to go. So if you want to check out Factor for yourself, which I definitely recommend, it's really helped me out a lot, make sure to head to factor75.com or click the link below and use code SETH50 for 50% off your first Factor box. And once again, huge thank you to Factor for supporting the channel. So inside this box is a pair of sneakers that we picked up on the series weeks ago, and it's finally here. Actually came in a couple days ago, but I just wanted to unbox it on camera with you guys. So this is one of the shoes for the clock. In fact, it's the second to last shoe on the clock, and I ordered it off GOAT. So the total price that I paid for this pair of shoes was $99.50, and that was literally like 3 weeks ago at this point. And it came in about 2 weeks after I ordered it, but again, I wanted to film it and show you guys my live unboxing. This shoe is the Air Jordan 9 Space Jams, the second to last shoe that we needed for the clock. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, it's actually in really great condition. Yes, there's some heel drag in the outsole, but really not bad. That was one of the reasons why it was so cheap. It doesn't have outsoles. But honestly, this shoe looks great. I'm so stoked on this. So as you guys know, the Air Jordan 9 Space Jam is one of the OG Air Jordan 9 colorways. This is obviously the most recent release of the shoe. I think it released back in 2016 or 2017. I forget exactly when it dropped, but maybe it was 2017. Now this shoe, brand new, wouldn't have gone for that much. I think I could have bought this shoe maybe for like $300 brand new, even though it's, 6 to 7 years old at this point. But I wanted to pay for it with the sneaker collection fund, obviously, and I wanted to save as much money as possible. So I grabbed the best condition pair that I could find for the cheapest price. And at this point, why don't we grab the stupid heavy clock and put this on the clock and show you guys where we're at. Stupid heavy clock. I can't wait to throw this thing out. Okay. Whoa. Okay, let me give you guys an idea of where we're at on the clock really quick. This is where we're at. Here's the Air Jordan 9, putting it on the clock. Ooh, that is clean. That is really, really clean. I'm so stoked on that. So let me lift up the clock one more time and show you guys where we're at, and then we'll dive right into this week's thrifting. So here we are. The Air Jordan clock. The Air Jordan OG colorway clock. I think in the last episode of the series, we are gonna weigh this because I wanna know if I'm just that weak or if it really is that heavy. So there we go. With all that being said, let's dive right into this week's thrifting. Okay, so first things first. Got some Cortezes in black. A little worn. For how much? Size 8.5. 65. Ooh. Okay, that's definitely a no-go. Still got the Pharrells from last week. Salming. I've never heard of this brand before. I should probably look it up, but I don't see it really moving for anything. So it looks like everything's pretty much gone. It looks like all the stuff up at the front from last week, like all the Jordans and stuff like that, either sold or they put them in the back or something like that. But the shelves are very empty today, unfortunately, which is kind of a bummer because they're usually a lot more filled than this. I mean, we've got a bunch of Filas that look brand new. Got some Pumas that are brand new. I guess I could check these out. How much are these going for? They're going for 25 bucks. Let me check these guys out on eBay really quick. Yeah, so they're going for around 30 bucks in like the black and blue colorway. I didn't see any in this colorway, so I'm gonna leave these. A rare Plato's L. Not very often that happens, but on the next spot. So we've got some Reeboks here for 8 bucks. Don't think these are going for anything, but the only like men's shoe that I'm seeing in this section, I guess this is the women's section, so I don't know why I'm looking for men's shoes. Got some Allbirds here. The Tree Runner, I think, or something like that for 7 bucks. Not bad. Just received a much more common Goodwill L. So, rough start. Some Jordan 20s, 32, not bad. Let me actually check the price on these guys. They're a little worn, but it's not like terrible. Let me check out the other shoe really quick. I mean, these don't sell very quickly, but all right, so this pair is from 2005. I think I can get more than 35 for it. They're 32, so I'm definitely gonna grab it. That's pretty wild. Got some Clarks up here. I think just standard Clarks for 23. A little worn down, size 7.5. Got some Jordan 1s. Shoot, I think I might grab these too. They're in really good condition. Got some Presto Tiger Prints. We actually had a pair of these either earlier in the series or maybe it was last series, I'm not sure, but it was in a lot worse condition than this. And this is only 16 bucks. This might actually be a cop as well. Let me see how much is he going for now. Yeah, I think for 16 bucks, definite cop. Got some Nike Sun Club Air Force. I think we saw these at the outlet, but they're going for 68, so probably not worth it, but very cool to see. Also got some LeBrons too for 34. Not bad. Not a great colorway, but definitely a cool find. I think we're getting close to our max budget though, so I'm gonna leave these. Thought these were Louis Vuittons for a second, but they're Armani exchanges. That's a bummer. That would have been crazy. So we got a lot of really awesome stuff at 2nd Street today. We got your 6s, your Carmine 6s, off-white. Got some really nice dunks here for 69. Oh, I love these New Balances. These are crazy. If only they're my size. 229. Got these purple ones that have been here for a minute. Got some Royals. We could actually pick these up for the series. That's not bad. These have been sitting here for a minute too, and size 9. That might be the pickup, I'm not sure. Some Vandals, or these Dunks, these are Dunks. That's crazy. These are crazy though. For $2.99, I know it doesn't fit with the theme, we need red, but this is an OG. Travis's for $279. Got some infrared 6s for $89. Size 12. Right below those, we've got some Jordan 1s. This nice maroon and silver colorway for $99. Not bad, but I think they go for about that. This must be some kind of Pharrell's. Not 100% sure, but these are clean. I like these a lot. For how much? $39. Let me actually check these out. So this had the potential to be something crazy because it's in really good condition. It's priced really well, but there's only 2 sold listings and they're both for like 30 to $60. So I'm just gonna leave them because I don't want to sit on them forever because the series is almost over. Got some Flint 13s. Very nice. Size 8. $99, not a bad price either. Whew, those are clean. Some off-whites in the spin. Very nice. For how much? $79, size 8.5. These don't move at all, but cool to see. There's like a bunch of them, pairs of them. So I was gonna just walk right past these, but I saw that they were $39 for a pair of Dunks. That's probably worth checking out. Yeah, this is a definite cop. Grabbing these guys. Let's do it. Man, we got some good pickups today. That's crazy. Wow.
Whew. So, okay, that was crazy. That was really, really nuts. I haven't picked up something from both 2nd Street and Buffalo Exchange together in one day in a very long time. So let's go through them really quickly. I'll tell you guys how much I paid for them, and then I guess give you an estimate of how much I think they'll go for. We've got the women's Nike Dunk Highs. This is the, I don't know what these are, crimson tint pair. I bought them for $39. I think I could sell these for like 70 to 80. So that would be really great if we can move those quickly. Next up, we've got the Air Jordan 1 lows we picked up from Buffalo Exchange. We grabbed these for $55. They're in great condition, like the best condition out of all the shoes that we grabbed. I think I could probably sell these for around 100, but realistically closer to probably 80 or 90. So still not a bad pickup. Probably the least profit out of everything, but I'm not sure yet. Next up, we've got these Air Jordan 20s. These are from 2005. These are the OGs, I think, actually. Is that right? I'm pretty sure these are the OGs. So I grabbed these for $32. I think I could sell these for like 60 to 70. So again, not a crazy profit, but it's rare that we find an OG pair of Air Jordans, like an actual OG pair at a thrift store. So very cool to see. I've never owned a pair of 20s that I wore. So if this was my size, maybe I'd consider keeping it. But realistically, I say that, but I wouldn't wear these. That's just my own personal opinion. And then next up, the final shoe that we grabbed was actually probably the steal of the day, even though it's the least hyped of all of them. And that is, of course, the Nike Prestos, the React Prestos in this tiger print colorway, which we have actually owned before, but they were a lot more worn. We got them from a different thrift store for I think like $5 and ended up selling them for like 20, but they had holes through them. So this one's actually in really great condition. I mean, excellent condition. Grab these for 16. I think I could sell these for like 50. So a bunch of really great pickups. As you guys know, the idea for this week's episode is to just build up the collection fund so that we have just a huge amount of money so that we can find these Air Jordan 1s, because those are by far and away the most expensive pair of shoes that we're gonna have to buy for the clock. So building up as much money as possible. I think we've kind of maxed out our sneaker collection fund with these pickups. I'll throw these all on eBay and we'll see what happens.
So we are at the Nike outlet in Center City, Philadelphia, looking for something. Hopefully we'd find something. We got some Giannis, we got some Blazers, a bunch of Blazers. We got some Cosmic Unities 2s, and then these ISPAs that just look insane. They look, I mean, what? Wow. That's crazy. For $79, I don't know if I'd do that. Ooh, we got some Zoom LeBron 2s. These are actually decent for, I'm assuming, full retail, possibly 30% off. Let me check these guys out. Not worth it for the price, but still really cool to see. Especially on the back wall for 30% off. Got some Team Jordans right here. Jordan Jumpman Team 2s. Nice shoe. Got some Nike Zoom Vaporfly Next Percent 2s. A bunch of different sizes. Size 12 all the way to size 7 for, it looks like full retail, which is kind of a bummer, but really great shoe. Got some cool suede Air Forces. Got some nice patent leather Air Forces. There's some nice stuff today, just nothing that I really want. So it's been a few days since I finished thrifting for this week's episode, and what's crazy is that we did actually sell a pair of sneakers very, very quickly, and it may not be the pair of sneakers that you would expect. So the pair that we sold were the Nike Presto Reacts in the Tiger colorway, a shoe that we picked up for $16 from Buffalo Exchange, and last time I had this shoe in the series, it took like 3 or 4 weeks, maybe even a couple months to sell. I don't remember exactly how long it took, but it took a while, and this time around it sold in like a day and a half. So we picked up this shoe for $16, and we ended up selling it on eBay for $45. In fact, the person just bought it straight from the eBay listing. There was no offers or anything. And after fees and shipping, we were left with $39.78, which means we had a profit of $23.78, meaning that we finished off this week's episode with a new sneaker collection fund of $100.78, which is less than I would like, but we've got a lot of good product that I think will sell really quickly. But that pretty much wraps up the episode for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet, and I'll see you all in the next one.